it's called like the Schwarzenberg Castle or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's by that.
Okay.
He's perfect. He's a perfect addition to the podcast.
Here you go. You see it in
Wanna come here? Wanna come? Come. You can do it. You can do it.
That way he's truly a neutral party in this debate.
Yes.
Yeah, heads and tails.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Undebatables podcast. I'm Jamil.
I'm Ashlyn Kane.
And today's guest is...
Kristyna, Haklova.
And this lovely little dog.
Yes.
His name's Jarek.
Jarek.
We picked him just for the podcast. No.
Yes.
he is our live studio audience. We are happy to have him.
And he's going right back to the shelter after we finish.
We're happy to have you too, but also...
Just a prop.
So Kristyna, want to tell us more about yourself?
Yes, I'm Czech. I live in Prague. I'm a comedian and a comedy promoter. I run Velvet Comedy here in Prague for now 4 years. We have regular shows all week around. So whenever you are in Prague, follow Velvet Comedy and you will see Prague in English.
Yeah.
She's also one of the reasons why we are here in Prague.
Oh,
Actually.
absolutely, yeah.
We did a lot of shows this week, and she was hosting most of them. Basically all of them.
She is the heart and soul of this scene, it appears to be.
Yes.
Like, she's out there, mad respect, out there hosting all these shows all the time.
Before you start praising me and you just said she's the reason we are here, I was about to apologize, but now you are being too nice and I don't know what to add.
See, we're nice to each other in Vienna, but even like it's not normal in Vienna either, but it's even less normal here in the Czech Republic, especially considering the lady who checked our tickets the other day.
We got a really warm welcome to the Czech culture.
We literally crossed the border and like this lady is coming in and like barking at us, asking for our student IDs for our tickets, which we didn't even buy I don't know. It was really weird. I felt like I was gonna
We will complain more about it off camera.
Yes.
So let's get to our podcast. For people who are first time watching us now, the concept of our podcast, we pick subjects that make absolute no sense. Today's topic is we don't want to know what animals are saying. How are we gonna go? We're gonna go with the flip of a coin, deciding on which side is debating. You are our guest, heads or tail?
Tail.
Okay, you're already having the tail. Heads.
Heads.
So
Wait, we didn't decide what she would get if you got
okay.
tails.
Usually when she wins, she's arguing for it. So you will be arguing.
I'm arguing for we don't want to know what animals are saying.
You're gonna have opening statement in 3, 2, 1, go.
My fellow Americans, my fellow non-Americans, shh, my fellow non-Americans. Hello, you are invited to this. We don't want to know what you're saying, okay? You, sir, I'm speaking to you. We don't want to know what you're saying. The reason is dogs are known as man's best friend, right? Mankind, all of mankind's best friend. They know us in and out. We've been evolving alongside each other this whole time, which means that not only do they know us in and out, but they also know all of our weaknesses. And they would be really, really good roasting the hell out of us all the time, 24/7. Those little guys, they know everything. That's how they see everything, and I don't think we want to know what they have to say. I think for our own feelings' sake, we should avoid this as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, I would argue against it because if anybody is in need of a feedback, it's a human race.
Fair enough.
It's like when you say they know all about us, they do, and we need that feedback. It would be easier to communicate. Also, I think they would really give us their peace of mind on some of the treatments we are giving them, our fashion choices, and I don't know, everything what's going around. They like I kind of like the idea of like your dogs suddenly becoming the overbearing Jewish mother of the household. I think it would be hilarious. Yeah, we need that. And my dog is just walking away.
He heard what you had to say, and he's like, "No."
No,
I prefer
he's like,
he want to be neutral.
he's like, yeah. If you know, you might not want to keep me. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
But what's the difference between feedback and harassment? Like, you can make your opinion known, and you can make your criticisms. Can make your criticisms known, but like we're not always asking for feedback. Sometimes it is necessary, but like, do they know the difference? We don't know.
Well, I think there is too much of anti-bullying advertisement now. I think we need to bring a little bit of that back. We definitely not doing well without it. So
If we should allow someone to bully you, is the animals.
Yes.
Okay.
We did bully them for centuries.
yes,
We've bullied them for centuries, but also, have they not bullied us? I mean, we've been survival of the fittest, Animals, they were trying to kill us at one point until I guess we decided, we're going to live in houses and have tap water now.
yeah, we survived through trickery, though, and I also would argue there is a group of people who already enjoys animals being bullied by animals, and those people are called cat owners. So there is a segment of a population who's already benefiting from a little bit of a bullying,
But that's the thing, right? As a proud cat person myself, I do like dogs, but I grew up with cats, so it's a little bit of like a personal thing. As someone who is an avowed cat lover, I feel like I've heard enough from my cats. My cats, and the ones I've ever had, will not shut the fuck up as is. They will meow at you for hours, and I feel like if I knew the direct translation, it wouldn't get the message across as effectively as just screaming at the top of your lungs does for a cat right now. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I feel that the cats are meowing that much because they don't get their message across that easily. If the cat would be able to talk, they would send in one sharp sentence to hurt your feelings for the decades to come, and that would be it. That would be the end of it. I think that's what the cats would be like.
well, they don't need to talk to do that. They can just leave your lap and go somewhere else. That's bullying enough for me. I guess technically dogs do that too. I don't know where he's at, but he's around. He doesn't want to be part of this conversation.
Yeah, no, he's just sniffing around, Yeah, I think it's the sign of him being bored with us. That's basically what's happening with the dog.
So you're saying if we understood what he's saying, he would say, "Hey, don't mind me, I will be gone. Keep on doing whatever you're doing. I'm just looking around."
Do you guys remember that movie Up? The one with the flying house, and then there's that dog who has the collar around his neck that translates into English and all that.
But yes, I saw it back then. I don't remember very well.
The dog, it's not the same kind of dog, but they're the same fur color vaguely, I believe. And so I'm sorry, every time I see this dog and we're talking about not wanting to know what animals are saying, I just can't help but think that at any moment he's gonna start jumping up and down and like telling everyone that he loves everyone, and that would be a nice thing to hear. But not all animals are your dog. There are some animals that I feel like it would be really, really annoying to hear from all the time. Case in point, birds. Why do we need to hear from them? It would be very... no.
I think it's a little bit to think birds are talking to you,
Not talking to you, but talking to each other out loud.
Well, people talk to each other out loud all the time, and you don't hear all 6 billion of them. It's
well, exactly. But then even more people adding to that white noise, trying to bad versus evil.
I think a large group of communicating entities would become a white noise. It doesn't matter if you listen to it individually, you understand it or not. If it's a large quantity of entities talking, it would at some point become a white noise. And I think...
Sorry to interrupt. What about the spiders in your room?
I think spiders are very useful because they eating smaller insect. I don't know. I think spiders would really welcome the voice because they would be able to explain to you that you are being a cunt for trying to murder them all.
Do you think there'd be a Martin Luther King of spiders? Like we need. Okay.
I have a dream that humans and spiders
can live together in harmony. No, I'm not going into Last Airbender now, but I mean fair, but like also spiders are probably going to want to do more than just kill all the bugs. I mean, if we could hear what all of them are saying, that means we'd have to listen to those spiders kill all the bugs. We'd have to hear them screaming out in pain as they get murdered.
Well, what we are suggesting is that with a gift of speech, there will be increase in their IQ, right? I also think that you need to take into a consideration on what level the communication would actually be. Do you think like that the tiniest animals would be like on the level of like a toddler? And I don't
well,
know.
No, I didn't say. I don't think I agree. I don't think the IQ will go up, but like pain doesn't exactly require a high IQ, does it?
But you can now see the pain as well. Have you ever witnessed personally a pig being killed?
A pig being killed?
Slaughtered?
Not personally, but I've seen the videos.
Yeah, it's like, well, my family, we kill a pig twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And if the pig doesn't know, it's a very friendly, quick affair. You know,
Yep.
The pig doesn't know. It's all happy. It was loved all its life,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Surprise!
gone. But if it gets the hinge of it, it's not nice. You don't really want to know what the pleading cat pig would be. But I
Do you
think
think
that's
he will be asking for help or insulting you?
they're quite smart. They are one of the smartest animal.
Yeah.
I think they would choose the argument depends on your personality. They would be able to pick the wise words to say.
Hey,
You know?
get her.
They'll start
Yeah.
bargaining with the I don't know what you call the person who kills the pig.
Yeah. My father. Daddy. But I also think that if you want, you can easily understand what's going on in the nature and with the animals. It's not like it's that difficult. I, as a user of magic mushroom and other hallucinogens, I talk to nature a lot, you know?
So then see, we don't need to know because you're talking to them already. You're the Lorax, but for animals.
So
But you will not need mushrooms to do that. You need to have mushrooms so she can understand what the animals are saying.
That's your superpower is you just do drugs and talk to animals.
Well, it's like the mushrooms always been there in the other type of psychedelics. I don't want to sound like Joe Rogan, you know.
This is not that kind of podcast. MDMA.
DMT and MDMA. No, it's but like if you even without that, if you want to be closer to nature, some people get closer to that state without any drugs, like just through lifestyle and like maybe fasting or like I don't know, excessive exercise and things like that.
Eating vegan, something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so you can get to that point when you are understanding, you know, and if you don't want to understand it, it says more about you and your fragile ego than you know anything else.
Here's a question I don't think any of us have considered yet. Will the animals be able to understand us? Because we never actually clarified that. We just said that we'll be able to understand the animals. Like, for example, would we be able to have a conversation with the pig as it's getting slaughtered? Would they be able to speak back?
Well, if I think that's implied because if the pig is able to pass sentence, it's already an implication of, you know, if it's able to grasp the language and able to put together the sentence, that would on its own, that would imply that the communication is in place.
I don't agree with that because I mean there are plenty of people who have like enough language learning or have enough know-how of language to understand it but not speak it. So
So
it's
do you think if when they're gonna speak, they can have their own language, or they're gonna speak the language of the country where they're living?
I would assume the language of the country.
this is a Czech only speaking dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Do you
well,
think they're gonna have racist dogs like, you came here to this country, don't even know the language?
See, this is why we don't want to have more
why do you
racism.
adopt dogs from Romania when we have our own shelters full?
See, more racism comes
No.
from dogs.
Or maybe they're gonna teach us how not to be racist.
Like if the animals would be like TARDIS from Doctor Who, and they would understand,
Mm-hmm.
and wouldn't it be understand everyone and able to communicate with everyone? They could kind of serve like a nice bridge in between cultures, you know.
There's a question real quick. How come they've never talked to animals on Doctor Who? Or I don't remember any at the very least. Like they go to ancient Rome, they have everyone speaking Latin, they can understand everything there, but I've never seen any of them try to talk to the animals in any of these episodes.
I can't recall it. Either. But I don't know. It's a British series. They're quite pretentious there. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they know something that we don't. They don't want to talk to animals.
Or they were too busy talking to humans.
Yeah.
The animals are too busy
No,
talking to
the-
humans? Oh yeah, well,
The aliens.
The aliens are too busy
I
talking to
think it
humans.
might be like it's just a BBC sitcom, right? So
Mm.
they had to come up with several aliens if they would have to add, you know, an annoying cat into the mix.
Yes.
They had in the old Doctor Who, like the before
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant Doctor
Mhm.
Who.
The new
There was that K9.
yeah. That was a robot dog.
Robot dog,
Yeah.
but that didn't have much of a talking skills, and
Mhm.
I think it would just complicate the narrative.
For that robot dog to be able to speak, you mean? Or
No, it's I'm now talking from the process of writing a sitcom. That sitcom
Okay,
is
okay.
about different galaxies and cultures
Mhm.
and like just metaphors for humans through that.
Mhm.
It's not a metaphor through animals like you have a fox in a Little Prince, you know.
yeah.
Add to that, maybe for them, we are already the animals comparing to the aliens.
Oh, I mean like
So they will not go for another level down. Okay, let's.
wait.
This is not about Doctor Who.
But I do
Let's
want-
go back to our.
Do you
animals.
think animals came to like another species of animal before us, and that like they went to the pigs and they're like, okay, we'll let you know that we're real, but we're not letting these motherfuckers know that we're real. You guys get to know this information. You, the pigs or dolphins or, you know.
I kind of like all species, all existence
Mhm.
has a different spectrum of what they see, feel, and hear.
Mm-hmm.
So it is possible that there is something around what we
Mhm.
are not able to see or feel
Mm.
or hear, and other creature with a different spectrum of them can.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that wild thing to think, you know.
Mhm.
Like I just think if there is a extraterrestrial or something happening, I think they would let us know.
That the animals would let you.
No, the aliens.
the aliens.
I think the animals don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
And if they talk to animals, I think the animals would politely ask them to take half of the humanity with them, so we have
That's
enough
a
space
Very
here.
good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that in every situation where aliens coming to our planet, every time we like imagine this scenario, it's always to shit on humanity. Like it's always like, oh shit, we suck. They would never come here, or they built all the pyramids, or they did all of this. I like that we fantasize about them like destroying us or taking all of our stuff.
Well, Doctor Who is an alien, right? And he's
Yeah.
praising humanity quite a lot.
But yeah, that's the thing is he is an alien, but also he's the only one that is represented as a human, like in human form throughout the whole show. We are not supposed to be talking about Doctor Who. I
Yes.
apologize.
So let's go back to our friendly pets.
Okay. So I still think it would be better for it. It might mean that some therapist would be out of work if your cat can talk to you, you know. But I still think it would be a good thing to get that feedback. For sure.
Like a guide dog, or like a therapy dog, but they actually give you therapy.
Yeah, well, I don't know, like Viktor Patrashka, an amazing comedian, he has this whole bit that we too much, you know, like we trust them, that we gave them the blind. Like, so like, I think it would be quite nice if a dog can talk because the blind person can't see much, you know.
Actually they can inform them about incoming traffic and also the guys who's pointing at them and is making fun of them.
Yeah. In this hypothetical situation, are we going to assume that they can also can they just like be understood by, like, in English or whatever language we speak?
Well, we can think that they would be able to speak English and then they would keep barking as well.
Okay.
And pissing around and leaving a smell marks and things like that, you know.
So in that case, I'd like to imagine that, like, if we could, which I don't think we should know what they're saying, to remember which side I'm arguing for. We're assuming that if
it's coming, yeah. Give it time, it's coming.
What if they don't want to talk to us? What if we suddenly get the ability to talk to animals and the ability to understand animals, and they just don't want to talk to us?
Well, you again coming from the place of a fragile ego, like first thought, if they mean to me, and then what if they actually don't want to talk to me at all?
You have a fucking you telling me you wouldn't be a little bit offended if your dog didn't want to talk to you?
He would be able to tell me why, you know. He would be able to tell, now I have a cough because you stupid whatever took me to a rafting trip even though it was a cold because you think I look cute in a safe vest. You know, like.
But then again, like, just because it's able to doesn't mean it wants to. Like, it can decide not to.
Well,
have you been in a fight with your partner? Not just giving you the silent treatment?
I mean, I'm not with that partner anymore, so they might if they're still silent, I don't know.
Back in the shelter?
I put them back where I found them. No, but I mean, like, if they have the ability to both be understood to other people or to humans and not be understood by humans, then it would, like, logically follow that they have at least the IQ to be able to decide when they want to speak and when they don't, right?
I do think that animals have the beautiful ability to keep themselves busy. They have things to do. It's only fair if they don't want all the time talking to you. It's not their fault that Cheryl can afford at home and doesn't have anything else to do, you know. But in general, with estimating the amount of love pets have for their families, you know, like you can even without having a clear language, you can see that your cat loves you. I can see that my dog wants to spend time with me. Like my grandpa, he has chickens, and even that chickens, like when they see him, they got a little bit excited on the level of a chicken can because you know that's that person that feeds me, you know. And the chicken, they also have like a big dog, and the chickens are not afraid of that huge dog because the huge dog never hurt them. So this huge dog can walk around, and my father and grandpa, they would, like, you know, throw the grains to the chickens and like pick the eggs in the morning and things like that. And you can really see because it's in a village, you can really see that the farm people, village people, the ease they move around the animals, and the ease the animals have towards them. And language per se is not there to the level you wanna to, like the cow wouldn't gossip with you about your wife. But you can clearly see that the cow is kind of happy to see you, you know.
Well, do you think in that case that that the animals would be like socialized in the same way that humans in small towns are socialized? I mean, in the sense that like they adapt the behaviors of of humans when they speak.
I definitely think they would unionize. Like they would be like, this labor we provided was enough.
Yeah.
I think we need
We need
civilians."
compensation.
Yes.
But
We
see,
need better food.
so
We don't want to eat other animals. What's happening?
so you see, this is why we need to not know what they're saying. We need plausible deniability so that you can have a hamburger every once in a while. I'm arguing for meat now.
Oh yeah, you having one American argument after.
Yeah,
I don't want to
don't know
speak
what you-
Arabic. I don't want to hear those kids arguing about the bombing we are doing in this area. You know. Now you saying the cows I'm eating would be talking to? You're mad.
Exactly. We can't be having that happening. It's gonna, capitalism is gonna fuck with the economy. That's something I care about. The economy. I don't know. Apart from that, and apart from like, what if animals don't want to talk to us? Clearly, this one loves you very much. But you gotta admit, even in loving relationships, people get annoyed with each other. You know, sometimes you just need your partner to shut the fuck up. And I don't think dogs would shut the fuck up. I love them to death, but there's a reason I've lived with cats my whole life.
I think my dog is very polite. You keep talking and talking, and he hasn't barked. What makes you think change if
Well,
you would actually have
what
the
makes you-
ability to speech?
What makes you think that barking is the only way for animals to communicate? I mean, they can do a lot of things without opening their mouth, but we're able to understand what they're saying without, physical
But
words.
what she's saying, he never interrupted you physically, nor
Well,
speech.
physically, we have evidence of him climbing all over us.
He was just he was just cuddling with me.
Yeah, not this one in particular, but there are definitely dogs that like don't shut the fuck up, like
Chihuahuas.
chihuahuas.
But it's I think it's a known thing that the dogs who wouldn't shut up, it's the humans' fault for not understanding one another,
Yeah.
And I think really like a lot of the excessive meowing and barking would go away if they would be just able to communicate what's happening, and you would be able to put this being house is protected. All right, you don't have to bark at every little thing, and that would be it,
But then there's the thing of like, at the very least with cats, it's like we know what they're saying, but it's like, no, I can't give you your food now. It's not mealtime. I know you're hungry. What gain do we have by knowing this?
Maybe if the cat would understand you, you could put in a little bit of a fat shaming. The cat would, and
So
the cat.
we should talk to animals so that we can bully our animals.
Yeah, as I said at the beginning, it should go both ways. We don't have enough bullying around.
We don't have enough bullying. You've heard it here, folks. Bring back bullying.
What about the birds who are in cages? So because we enjoy their singing.
What about zoos? What about all animals in captivity, actually?
So if we understand them, like people will not be enjoying going in. So it's like, okay, this
Yeah.
bird is not singing, he's asking to be freed.
Yeah.
Or the way we understand them.
I think keeping birds all together, it's nonsense. Like they're supposed to fly around, I don't think, that's so
I agree.
mind-blowing that people would keep birds.
Or at the very-
Unless it's a chicken, but
Unless it's a chicken, because I already said that I've established that I have one
For
already.
practical reasons, you can keep a bird.
but the chicken are outside, like walking around,
Yeah, they're
in that
free
case,
range,
yeah. But like maybe with some animals you would find out that they're quite chill, like if you think of a koala bear.
Mm-hmm.
If it tells you I'm just hanging on this tree, they keep giving me bamboo, I'm chill, man. I don't need anything else. I'm just fine,
I gotta be real though, I don't trust any animal in Australia to be chill. Those motherfuckers, everything's trying to kill you there.
Actually, do you think it's gonna help us with PETA? Or so PETA are like always, we should save those ones, we should free everyone, like probably the koala said, no. Let me be here. No one is chasing me. They're giving me food. I will be fine.
We're actually cool with Pokemon. It's okay. You can like Pokemon and still like.
They had a
animals.
problem with Pokemon?
Yeah, they PETA. This was a really long time
Okay,
ago.
sorry, we are running out of time. So
Yeah. They
Quick
thought of it
for
as
the
like
Pokemon.
dog fighting basically, and encouraging dog
Yeah.
fighting for kids. But
Yeah.
if, but I don't know if they'll even understand. That's not really relevant to the discussion. I forgot what I was going to say before, but
I would like to say before it ends that you just don't want to get your feelings hurt, and that's weak. Be strong and try to understand the animals.
I think that it's a waste of time, and that they already do a pretty good job of communicating already. Case in point, right
There's something
here.
to say? No.
Sir, would you like to contribute to this conversation? Thank you. See? Case in
Maybe
point. No.
it was enough communication to get his food.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess on that point we are by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So let us know in comment which one you think won.
I think this was the most wholesome episode we've had so
Yes,
far.
and we
Thank
did
you
not-
for the wholesomeness of the
And we
episode.
did not mention Nazis,
I
no
know.
feminism or sexism or anything.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of bullying. But
Just bullying, but I feel like
let's
bullying
do it
is
in
like
a nice way.
it's a
We kept it
non-partisan.
old-fashioned. We
Yeah.
kept it old-fashioned.
It's the only non-partisan thing that we could pick to put in this podcast. Bullying.
So as usual, like, subscribe, follow Kristyna.
Hug your
Velvet
animals.
Comedy, people. Velvet Comedy. If you're in Prague, just stop by our shows. They are awesome.
Yeah. Let birds out of their cages. This is just a real quick aside. I had a friend in high school. They had a pet bird who half the time they would let him fly around, half the time they keep him in the cage. Most of the time, all he would do is just bob his head to Taylor Swift songs. He loved Taylor Swift so much. He wouldn't do it. He would scream until Taylor Swift came on. I think that says enough already.
Yeah. It looks somebody was naughty and got reincarnated as that you know.
That bird, Swifty, was reincarnated as a bird. Okay, that's it.
Alright, on that note, thank you Kristyna for being our guest.
Yeah.
No
It was
problem
an
at
honor.
all.
Again, check
It was
her
a
out.
pleasure.
Yeah, check her out. All the social media in the description.
And as usual,
Bye.
if you have any suggestions which subject we should argue next time, put it in comment. And see you next time. Bye.
Bye.